So in the following videos, you'll see excerpts of how we are now practicing Chance's obedience drills as well as his redirection drills from his triggers. We condensed it into one video for you so you can just follow along step by step, and you just have to go to one place to review your homework now with Chance. I wanted to start with a quick recap of how your e-collar works and some adjustments that we've made. First of all, Jim noticed that I had incorrectly placed the probes on the collar last time. So we still have your wings on for comfort and maximum contact, but we took off those other probes and put on the bolts. It's now making much better contact with the skin, and we're not losing any stimulation that was getting that was getting lost between the wings and those probes. So basically, what that means is Chance is on a much lower level now. The black button is at a 6. Your red button is boosted 15 levels higher, and that brings us to 21. Remember, when we put this on Chance's neck, we want these wings to be positioned on that meatier part of his neck, preferably on either side. And we're going to use our black button to push him into behaviors, and the red button is going to be more for like a punishment or like a, hey, you need to stop that right now sort of deal. We're relying mainly on things like Chance come, Chance heal to initially redirect him from his triggers. And then we're using more stable behaviors like sit and lay down. Sit's probably going to be more realistic if we need him to be in one position as one of his triggers passes by. Always, of course, remember that this is turned on before using it. Your receiver, what I'm holding here, should be blinking green if it's on and fully charged. And of course, your remote should just have the screen illuminated with the stimulation setting on it. Lastly, we have the T button on the side that stands for tone. It also does a vibrate. You don't really see much of a need to be using that. Focus mainly on these two buttons on the side. To adjust our level, we're going to unlock by holding down this top button until our number starts blinking. And then once that starts blinking, right above that stimulation level, we can turn and then hold it down again to lock it in place. As we do our follow-up lessons, we'll talk about potentially changing levels. When you're outside in more stimulating environments, you may need to turn it up some. But this number is going to reflect what level the black button is associated with. And the red's always going to be 15 levels higher. What we found whenever we had better contact um, between the receiver to Chance's neck is that he was much more receptive to these low levels, and he had a tendency to kind of just freeze. So you may need to help him through some of those situations if he freezes like that. But follow along with the following videos as you continue to practice with him, and we'll see you at our follow-ups. All right, here's Chance's setup that we're going to use for his training for now. The big thing that we've changed is we're now using the martingale collar mainly instead of the prong collar whenever we're working with the e-collar drills. So the reason is we want to make him feel like the pressure on his flat collar or martingale collar is equivalent to the e-collar being turned on, and the sensation is just a little bit more clear that way for now. So when you practice with the e-collar with him, just switch into the martingale collar, do these drills, and then you can switch back into his prong collar to continue on your walk. Should you be practicing these things during your walks? Otherwise, just practice in a private area in your house or yard. You could also do some of the drills that you're about to see with a long leash attached to his martingale collar, for instance, to practice his recall drills when you're outside. Yep. Yep. Oh boy. Yep. 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 Sit. Nice. Yep. Sit.
Chance, come. Good job, big guy. Chance, come. Good job. Come. Good baby.